Out of the 9 grounds of Assange's final application to appeal, the judges found that 3 grounds could go ahead, related to his potential exposure in the US to the death penalty and the lack of First Amendment protections he would have as an Australian. More than 4 years into the US government's extradition proceedings against WikiLeaks publisher Julian Assange in UK courts, we are now on the eve of yet another hearing, and Assange's possible extradition is now imminent. But what can we expect at the UK High Court on the 20th of May, and what is at stake? In February, the High Court considered Assange's final appeal against his extradition order, and in March, the judges issued a decision. Out of the 9 grounds of Assange's final application to appeal, the judges found that 3 grounds could go ahead, related to his potential exposure in the US to the death penalty and the lack of First Amendment protections he would have as an Australian. However, the judges also took an unusual step and invited the US government to provide assurances on these grounds, which the US did submit on the 16th of April. These are essentially only political promises between the US and UK that are not enforceable, again highlighting the political nature of the case against Assange. On the 20th of May, the court will determine whether these assurances are sufficient. If so, UK proceedings will be brought to a close. But if not, a substantive appeal would go forward on any or all of these 3 remaining grounds. Once UK proceedings are closed, Assange will still have the right to appeal to the European Court of Human Rights. If extradited to the US, Assange faces up to 175 years in prison. He would be the first publisher prosecuted under the Espionage Act, setting a dangerous precedent for journalism. We will be back in court on the 20th of May as the only NGO that has monitored all 4 years of extradition proceedings in London courts. In the meantime, RSF will continue our campaign to free Assange, for journalism, for press freedom, and for all of our right to know.